The digital world is no stranger to attacks, but the scale of the recent FortiGate breaches sent shockwaves through cybersecurity circles. Over 20,000 firewalls, the very guardians of our digital borders, were compromised. These weren't random targets, but carefully selected entities across the globe. From government agencies to defense contractors and financial institutions, the attackers cast a wide net. This wasn't just a breach, it was a reconnaissance mission on an unprecedented scale. The initial shock came from the sheer number of compromised systems, but as details emerged, a more unsettling picture began to form. The attackers weren't simply looking for financial gain, they were after something far more valuable: information that could give them a strategic advantage in the geopolitical landscape, information that could cripple critical infrastructure, information that could hold entire nations hostage. This wasn't just another cyber attack, it was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of our vulnerability in the digital age. A single vulnerability expertly exploited had exposed the soft underbelly of our interconnected world. The attackers had shown their hand, and it was a hand capable of causing unimaginable damage. The question on everyone's mind was, who was behind this brazen attack, and what were their ultimate goals? The attackers didn't achieve this level of penetration by brute force. They used stealth and sophistication, exploiting a critical vulnerability in FortiGate firewalls known as CVE 2022-42475. This vulnerability, a flaw in the system's code, provided a backdoor for the attackers to slip past the firewall's defenses. Once inside, they deployed a custom-built malware dubbed Coathanger. This malicious software was designed to evade detection, lurking in the shadows of compromised systems. Coathanger acted like a ghost, moving silently through networks, stealing data, and establishing persistent access. It was the perfect weapon for espionage, allowing the attackers to maintain a presence in compromised systems for months, even years, without detection. The sophistication of Coathanger was alarming. It was clear evidence of a well-resourced and highly skilled adversary, one with a deep understanding of network security and the ability to develop custom tools for their nefarious purposes. They hadn't just stumbled upon a vulnerability, they had actively sought it out and developed a bespoke solution to exploit it. This level of sophistication pointed to a state-sponsored actor, a conclusion supported by the choice of targets. These weren't random companies or individuals, they were critical players in the global arena. The attackers were after information that could shift the balance of power, and they were willing to go to great lengths to get it. As the investigation into the FortiGate cyberattacks deepened, the international response began to take shape. Countries around the world recognized the severity of the threat and started to bolster their cyber defenses. This global onslaught wasn't just a series of isolated incidents, it was a coordinated attack on the very fabric of international security. The ramifications were immediate and profound. Trust in digital infrastructure was shaken, and the call for stronger cybersecurity measures became louder than ever. Governments, corporations, and individuals alike were forced to reconsider their digital vulnerabilities. The FortiGate attacks had changed the cybersecurity landscape forever, prompting a re-evaluation of how we protect our most sensitive data. The need for robust, resilient cybersecurity systems had never been more apparent. As we moved forward, one thing was clear. The digital age had brought with it new challenges, and we had to rise to meet them, or risk falling victim to the next, perhaps even more devastating, cyber attack. In recent years, there has been a significant shift in the landscape of cyber warfare, with numerous cyber attacks being attributed to state-sponsored groups from China. These sophisticated operations have targeted governments, industries, and even private individuals, raising serious questions about global security and the role of cyber espionage in international relations. The increasing frequency and severity of these cyber attacks serve as a wake-up call for the world. Nations are now recognizing the urgent need to bolster their cybersecurity measures and collaborate more closely on international standards and protections. It's a race against time to defend against the next big cyber threat. Looking ahead, the future of cybersecurity appears both challenging and dynamic. As technology evolves, so too do the tactics of cybercriminals. Experts predict that artificial intelligence and machine learning will play pivotal roles in both advancing cybersecurity defenses and, paradoxically, in creating more sophisticated cyber threats. It's clear that staying one step ahead in this digital age will require constant vigilance and innovation.